Hey horror fans, once again this is the Horror Mizamani G, and today we're going to talk about the third episode of Fear the Walking Dead, Teraraki. Now the show begins. Oh, by the way, there are spoilers in this, so if you haven't seen the third episode of Fear the Walking Dead, please do so now before you watch this video, because I will spoil some things, especially the ending of the show. Very major surprise there, so watch the show first, then come here. So here we go, you've been warned. So the show begins with a promotional video that Jeremiah Otto did back before the fall. And he's selling Teraraki, which is the name of this show, about the becoming of the apocalypse. Turns out he is a pre-apocalypse survivor, and he knew that this was coming. Not particularly a zombie apocalypse, but, you know, he's one of those nut jobs that believes that there's an apocalypse coming and he's going to prepare it. So we see his two sons, Jake and Troy. We see one of his wives, and they're preparing for it. So that's how the show begins. Later on, they have a funeral for Charlotte, who passed in the last episode, and we see the two. We see Madison is starting to integrate herself with this camp at the Broken Jaw Ranch, and we also see that Alicia is starting to bond with some of the kids there. They pretend that they're going to a Bible study class, but they're going there to smoke joint. They talk about what's going on in the world, because these kids are sheltered, and they all of a sudden are amazed by Alicia and how she survived all this time. And they also talk to a zombie head as well. They have a zombie head in the cage. So that's what's going on with the Clark family. As for Strand, he is going, I think he's in Tijuana, and he's at this dam where he runs into an old friend of his. They talk about some of the things about his former lover. Unfortunately, they find out that he passed away. Sorry about that noise out there. He passed away. He's not alive, and they eventually, he tells them how he's dealing with the zombie apocalypse. They found some drug cartel guy, and they throw him off the dam, and he's eaten alive by zombies. Particularly, he's been doing it a lot lately. Then he turns on Strand, about to throw him off, saying that, hey, look, don't think because I let you stay here, don't let you think because you know, you and your buddy were friends, but you've taken. You're going to come here and take too. And he's threatened to throw him off. But then he tells me, you know what? I'm not going to throw it if you're going to work off your debt. So Strand is locked up in the whatchamacallem, and we'll talk about him later. I'll leave that for another day. Let's get back to the Clark family. Obviously, there's something wrong with son Troy, because this guy's thrown off. And Madison confronts him in their bungalow. And she does a very good job. Like I said before, she's becoming the Rick Grimes in this show. And she threatens to leave her family alone. And she forces him to make up the bed, which I thought was a great scene. She is definitely becoming a badass. Then she goes to Jeremiah and tells him, hey, look, you got to do something with your son. Tell him to stay away from my family. And that's when she also sees the tapes. And we also see that Jeremiah was not the kind soul that he is now. He was very abusive to his sons and to his wife, as we see in one of those promotional tapes when they finished promoting. That he is not a very good man back then. So I guess he's sort of mellowed out right now. But that's one thing we see about Jeremiah Otto. Once again, they decide that they need to look for the helicopter. The people at the ranch need to look at the helicopter because it hasn't come back yet. And also another crew has not yet come back yet. So they decide to get this search party. And Madison decides to join them. Obviously, they want to know who shot down the helicopter. She wants to know who killed Travis. Yes. Yeah, Travis did. He died in the last episode, guys. So if you don't know, he did die in the last episode. So go watch it and you'll see how. And obviously, she's looking for revenge. There's definitely some deep-seated hatred right there. And also, we see Nick and Troy once again with their little thing going on right there, where Nick is threatening to kill Troy, and they seem to bond over it, meaning that both of those guys are crazy. Well, we already knew about Nick, but we also know that Troy is also crazy too. It looks like also his younger son, if I can remember his name. Yeah, Jake. He seems to be the calm one. He tries to get Troy to stop messing with the Clarks, but we all know that whatever he's going to do, whatever plans that he has, or whatever this plan the show has, is not going to be good for either him or the Clarks or anybody else in that compound. And so finally, during the end of the show, we see Strand. He's locked up in a little cell, and then someone gives him a canteen of water, and then all of a sudden we see the person's face, and it's David. Yes, Ruben Blades' character. Yes, that's the surprise, shocking ending. Now we're led to believe is David really alive? Did he, because we know in the mid-season finale, he supposedly burned in that house that they were in back in season 2. But is he alive, or is that Strand hallucinating? We really don't know for sure. So we're going to have to watch the 4th episode to find out if David is alive and well. And where's Ophelia? There's no Ophelia. In the past 2 episodes, we know that she's still alive, as we saw in this last season's finale, but there's no Ophelia. There's even a hashtag going around saying, where's Ophelia? Because I want to know too. We know that she's still alive, but I'm pretty sure we'll know what's going on. This episode is more of a filler episode. Basically, get the story moving along. We got some in-depth background story of Jeremiah Otto and his 2 sons. We see strands going along there. We see how the kids are bonding or not bonding. And we see Addison starting to inoculate herself with the group, whatever means to come to the end. And we're looking forward to, have to look the next episode to see if we know if Daniel is still alive or not. Well, that's my review of Fear the Walking Dead episode 3, Terrawaki. Pretty good episode. Nothing much happening here, just one of these filler episodes that they like to do right now. Just pushes the story along. We got some bonding with Felicia. We saw Nick and Troy doing whatever they call bonding, as they feel as though they don't have to kill each other, but we know something's going to happen between the two, and obviously it's going to affect the people at the Brookjaw Ranch. So what do you think about this episode? Comment below, let me know, and we'll talk about it. But again, once again, that's my review of Fear the Walking Dead episode 3, Terrawaki. Once again, just like this video and comment below and let me know. Also subscribe to my channel and ring that bell when any other content I decide to put up this on this channel, you'll get it and let me know. Also, all my social media links will be in the description below. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Money G, and always remember that horror rules.